What's going on, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers? It's your boy Puertorock77, your only friend in these YouTube streets, back with a quick video because we got to cover some topics. So we already know real quickly about, the issue Sony is having with Disney, right? The whole the potential breakup of Spider-Man being gone from the MC universe, right? I had a live stream. Check out my last video. It goes in depth for that. This topic is to cover some misinformation, some confusion, just pretty much fanboys and all this bull crap about Spider-Man the game and how it relates to Disney and Sony. Mixed messages are being mixed up. Of course, the haters of PlayStation, because, you got haters who slave over the Xbox, trying to make the PlayStation look bad and all this nonsense. As usual, they spread misinformation. And of course, somebody, for once, has to go on YouTube and just preach the truth and the facts. Because it seems like nobody else or very few people want to do it, right? So I'm out here. Let me help you out. Your only friend is YouTube streets, all right? But don't forget, if you're new to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, and retweet it out to all your favorite media, all right? So here we go. This is a reality with Spider-Man the game in terms of PlayStation 4 and what we play, right? I'm going to say this slowly, okay? Disney owns the rights to Spider-Man games. They own it. Overall, they are the owners of Spider-Man. That means if anyone wants to make a game with Spider-Man, they need permission from Disney. Marvel and via Marvel Game Studios, okay? So we're just going to use the word Marvel Game Studios from here on out because that is the sector of Marvel that controls all gaming rights, okay? Overall, it's Disney because Disney owns all of that, but Marvel Game Studios are the ones that deals with the gaming industry, okay? They own the rights to Spider-Man. Therefore, if somebody wants to make a Spider-Man game, Marvel. It goes through Marvel. Okay? Now, currently, Sony has exclusive rights to make games because they got permission from Marvel games. So whatever deal they have, monetary, whatever, Sony is able to make exclusive Spider-Man games because Marvel gave them permission to. Marvel did not outright sell Spider-Man to Sony. Sony does not own it. They only own what they currently are allowed to make. Now, how long that contract is, no one knows. Is it a time contract? Is it a 3-game deal? Who knows? We don't know, okay? We just won't know, all right? But for right now, Sony has the permission, we'll use that word, to make Spider-Man exclusively for their platforms, right? Or, mainly PlayStation console, right? With permission for Marvel games based on whatever deal they made. And that's it, okay? That's all it is, right? People are using this MCU situation as a reflection of what's going on with Spider-Man the game. This deal was done between PlayStation and Marvel Games. The whole MCU with Spider-Man, that's done with Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios. You understand? Now, could Disney be petty and try to back out of the game deal just to mess with Sony or use that with leverage? Well, here's the difference between the movie industry and the gaming industry. You see, in the movie industry, they had this kind of how can I put it? Handshake deal where they don't sue each other. They just settle their movie, contract disputes, and if it doesn't work, they just break it off. But they protect their own self-interest as a movie industry. But gaming industry don't play that shit. All right? Game studios will sue the other game studios, especially when it comes to breaking contracts, patent infringements. We've seen that. Sony got sued, Microsoft got sued, Nintendo got sued. They sue each other. They will sue the shit out of each other. Like that. They will Thanos snap a motherfucker. Do not mess with contracts. Do not mess with patents. Don't do it in the gaming industry. So gaming industry will put you in check if you try to violate something. And that's the difference between them. All right? That's it. So what do we learn today? Disney, via Marvel Game Studios, own the rights to Spider-Man games. Sony currently has permission through what are contract arrangements to make Spider-Man games exclusive for PlayStation. But the overall rights is still owned by Disney. They did not outsell it. They did not outright sold it to Sony for them to own forever. All right. So it is a timed arrangement. We just don't know how long. Could be 3 games, could be 2 games. This could be the only game. I'm going to say it's at least 2 games because while Spider-Man PS4 was in production, Insomniac was still having conversations as if they have more to come, you know, namely the Venom suit. I remember a lot of people wanted the Venom suits as new suits was coming up. Insomniac specifically explained that the Venom suit has history behind it and it needs to be told through a story which they're preparing for. So the next Spider-Man game could include Venom for all we know. But the way they talk about Spider-Man, they talk about the future, right? That's 1. 2, Marvel Game Studios said themselves that the future of Spider-Man games currently rests in the hands of Insomniac and Sony. And they said that on Twitter themselves because so many people were talking about when's it coming to Xbox? Why is it exclusive? Is the next game coming to Xbox? And Marvel Game Studios said, hey, the future of Spider-Man games rests in the hands of Sony and Insomniac. The only question is we just don't know how long or why. All right? I hope that clears things up. This is your boy Puertorock77, your only friend in these YouTube streets. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And with that, I'm out of here. Peace.